Welcome back to Crypto Atlas, your daily source for crypto whale alerts, crypto market news, and DeFi gems. Okay, so let's go and dive straight into it. Earlier today, Whale Alert flagged a transfer of 3,000 Bitcoin that's worth roughly $264 million, moving from an unknown wallet to another unknown wallet. No exchange tags, no obvious custody labels, just a clean, massive on-chain move. That alone is enough to make the market lean forward in its chair. When whales move that much Bitcoin without touching the exchange, it usually signals preparation, not panic. This is not a sell-off signal, this is positioning. And what makes this even more interesting is the structure of the receiving address. One wallet took the full 3,000 Bitcoin, while another linked address holds over 900 Bitcoin already. And that hints at consolidation or internal treasury movement rather than distribution. And historically, when we see unknown to unknown transfers of this size, it's often tied to institutional reshuffling, cold storage optimization, or long-term custody planning. So in plain English, this looks like smart money getting organized, not exiting. And context matters here. Bitcoin is sitting in a market where ETFs exist, banks are getting regulatory clarity, and macro conditions are shifting fast. Whales don't move $250 million casually. They move when they see opportunity ahead or risk behind them. Right now, this move leans far more towards opportunity. And I've got quite a bit of news to share with you on XRP here in just a moment. Quickly, I just want to let you guys know there's a crypto exchange called BTC. I do have my referral link down in the description below. You can pause the video if you want to see some of the benefits of this platform right now. And also, you can check me out on Telegram if you want to stay updated on the latest. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom out and talk macro because Japan just dropped a bombshell. The Bank of Japan confirmed it will raise interest rates to 75 basis points in just 3 days. That's huge. Japan does not move fast or loud unless it has to. A rate hike of this size signals serious confidence in tightening monetary conditions, and it ripples, no pun intended, straight into currency markets, bonds, and global liquidity. And this ties directly into what's happening with Ripple in Japan. SBI Holdings, one of Ripple's strongest long-term allies, is partnering with Startail Group, and this is to build a fully regulated yen-denominated stablecoin. This is not a test project or a marketing stunt. Japan builds infrastructure quietly, then deploys it at scale. A compliant JPY stablecoin is not about buying coffee. It's about FX settlement, cross-border liquidity, and institutional money rails. And Ripple is clearly sitting at the center of that vision. And on the XRP front, the data keeps stacking. XRP spot ETFs recorded another $10.89 million in net inflows, extending a streak that's now pushing past 30 straight days. Total ETF held XRP assets are north of $1.1 billion. That's not retail hype. That's institutional allocation, day after day, quietly accumulating. And we're also seeing volume confirm it. Nearly $20 million in XRP ETF volume hit in a single day, with Franklin Templeton leading the charge. Price bounced back near 193, and despite short-term noise, the structure looks strong. Add to that Grayscale increasing its GXRP holdings by over 500,000 XRP in one day, and the message is clear: big players are not leaving. Then there's the tech side. Ripple CTO confirmed serious discussions about potentially rewriting the XRP ledger in Rust. That's not a patch. That is future proofing. Modular design, possible virtual machine support, no user data changes. This is about scale, security, and developer adoption for the next decade. And then also we have Ripple announce RLUSD expanding multi-chain via wormhole, landing on major layer 2s like Optimism and Base. Pair that with wrapped XRP entering into new ecosystems, and you're looking at XRP positioned as a cross-chain liquidity engine. Price can lag, narratives can lag, but utility keeps expanding. Big whales are moving. Banks are getting clarity. Infrastructure is locking into place. And that's the kind of environment where real value quietly builds. So I'll keep you guys updated on the latest what's going on here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the price action movement for XRP. So a few things to point out. First off, we can see that, yes, it is below $2 right now, sitting at about $1.93. The $2.46 level, if you have not been watching my videos, this is where the XRP spot ETFs had launched. So that's back on November 13th. And it is down quite considerably here. Let's actually take a look at the full price range. So just go ahead and change this up right now. There we go. So as you guys can see, we're actually down over 20%, 21.5% since the launch of the spot ETFs. The spot ETFs has been something very bullish for XRP for quite a long time. A lot of people looking at it optimistically. Overall, the market has taken a tumble. So it's one of those circumstances where it's nice that not only do we have spot ETF, but we have a bunch of spot ETFs and looking like even more on the horizon. But yeah, when the market takes a pullback, you can't just use the launch of spot ETFs as some sort of substitute to force the price to go up. Long term, it is more bullish though. So at least we closed out green yesterday. It did drop down quite a bit. We can zoom in here even more. You guys can see at one point getting close to that Fibonacci zone, sitting at $1.86. The Fibonacci zone actually at $1.83. So it got really close. We did actually tap that back on November 21st. So really close. We might still see a continuation down. If we zoom out a bit, we have been seeing that progressively work its way down. Just overall, this is going all the way back to around July 21st. So hopefully this can start making a rally up. As it is right now, the trend has been showing this continuous drop. Keep in mind that it looks like there are even more unstable positions that are taking place between the United States and Venezuela, with a possible declaration of war with a new announcement from President Trump in regards to trying to prevent or create a blockade, I should say, against the oil. So if war breaks out, that definitely has an impact on financial markets. Be very aware of that. Then there's also the files. You guys probably know what files I'm talking about. The deadline for the release of that is also supposed to be going soon, and that very well could also have an impact with things depending on how everyone reacts there. So yes, world news events do have impacts on price movement. It's important to note some of the key points here, and as I mentioned earlier, there's also going to be that change over in Japan, so that's something else to keep an eye out for. If XRP manages to start climbing, look at resistance around $2.26. And as I mentioned, guys, I'll keep you updated on everything. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you do enjoy this content, and I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you very much to my Patreon supporters, as well as my YouTube members. God bless you guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.